Hello, and welcome to this special stream. How is everyone today? Usually I'm in another corner, but now I'm there in the top, and I have a special guest with me. Everyone say hello to Jesse, aka Code Stacker.
Hey everyone, how are you? Thanks for
Awesome.
having me, Florin.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. For those of you who are here, we're going to build today an app, a real world project using MongoDB. And this is why I got Jesse, because he knows much more than I do. So yeah, Jesse, please introduce yourself. What are you doing? And tell us about everything you've been working on lately.
I'm Jesse. I'm a senior developer advocate at MongoDB, and you might also know me from my YouTube channel, Code Stacker. I'm excited to build something fun and integrate a database and just kind of from scratch go through the entire process. It'll be
Yeah,
fun.
awesome. Chat, let me know if you can hear us both well, because I'm not, this is the second time I'm doing a kind of a collab live, and I'm not sure if the sound is right, so let me know if that's good.
Test 1, 2. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, all right. And in the meantime, I want to thank MongoDB for sponsoring this
That's
stream.
good.
Uh, if you stick till the end, we have a special surprise for you. They are offering us 100 promo codes for $100 off on MongoDB Atlas. So yeah, if you'll stick till the end, you'll get access to that. All right, so people saying that the sound is good.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Awesome. Now let's see, my mouse is kind of weird. So yeah. All right. Before we dive into, let's talk about what is the project we're going to build. For those of you who join in the mornings when I do my usual stream of the challenge going from 0 to 100K in revenue by building projects, you all know that I started working on a project called Live AMA. This will be a project where people can buy tickets to live events where other experts can join and they can ask them questions. That's kind of the, let me show you the website, Live AMA. This is the landing page for the website. And in this project, in the morning, I started working on, well, this is just a landing page for now, but in the morning, I started like actually building the project where people will be able to see the events. They will be able to purchase tickets or reserve a slot or whatever we can call it. And what I want to build today with Jesse is sort of a project where after people purchase a ticket, they can go back to the website. They will be redirected back to the website, and they will be able to ask questions in advance and also upload questions so that when we go live, we already have a filtered kind of set of questions we can cover. So they're all ordered based on votes. And we're going to build this project using Next.js and MongoDB as a database. So there's where Jesse will come in, and we're going to figure out how to do something like this.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be a lot of
Mm-hmm.
fun. All right, so
Yeah.
let's see. Should we start by just creating a
Yeah.
folder?
Well,
Or
let's start with the Atlas. So if
oh,
you want to create an Atlas account, unless you already have an Atlas account,
okay.
let's go through that and set up the cluster and get all that going first.
All right, good. So that's a good idea. So I click here, start free, right?
Mm-hmm. There you go.
All right.
You can fill it
Uh,
out or use Google, whatever's easiest.
yeah, let me see if I have an account. Just I'm going offside for now to
Yeah.
see if I already have an account. I might have. All right. Code. Okay.
You got 2FA on. That's good.
Yeah, I need 2 codes. That's interesting. Yeah, but they come pretty fast.
Yeah, no, it's great. You want your account to be secure for sure.
Hey, Bobby, Taylor, Vlad, Igor, Satya, Andrew, Ivan, so many people. Nice to have
Where,
you all.
where's everyone joining from? I'm curious where everyone's
Yeah,
from.
that's what was I was about to ask that. So yeah, the camera is a bit small. I'm not sure if I can make it bigger here. Yeah. No. Oh, look, we're bigger now.
Oh wow, that's good.
Hi.
Oh
Okay, so maybe like this, you can see our faces. Romania,
yeah.
Portugal, India, UK, the Discord server. My basement. Good thing I don't have one. Bulgaria, India, nice. Welcome
Pakistan,
everyone.
nice.
The collaboration I didn't know I needed.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. So, I guess I'll put you here. Yeah, I can just play
Move us
around.
around wherever you need.
Okay, good. So now what?
Sorry. Yes, back to this. So go ahead, top right, hit create.
Top right.
The
Yeah,
green
there.
green button, create.
Yeah. Let me put this
Oh
here
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
and create.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then for this, for what we're doing, you can click free shared cluster. There's this new serverless preview that we have, and that is basically pay as you go. So like, in a normal dedicated cluster, you're going to pay X amount per month, whether you use it or not, whatever. That's the standard dedicated cluster. The serverless it's in preview, so it doesn't have all of the bells and whistles, but it's a pay as you go type service. So if you have, an application that you use very sparingly, you're going to save a lot of money using serverless. But what we'll use today is the free shared cluster, and that's free forever, no credit card required. You just pick your cloud provider. You can choose AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure, and then pick whatever region is closest to you or wherever your audience is going to be. And then after that, if you want to change the cluster name, you can, but you can just leave all the defaults and then hit create cluster.
Okay. Good. Do I need to?
Select your country.
Yeah, let's put Romania. Probably. So
Go back to, I'm sorry, cancel that. You're
yeah.
back. You're on a dedicated cluster, I think. Go back up to the top.
Yeah, I think.
Do you already have
Yeah, I think this account. I had an account.
Oh, okay.
I had something on this account, so maybe I should create another one.
Yeah, I think you can only have one free tier. That's what it says. Create
Mhm.
a free tier available. Choose.
Yeah, I think I got an email the other day saying that it will expire or something like that. I used this a year ago when I
Mhm.
was doing the Free Cut Camp curriculum, I think. So
Scroll back down 1 second.
yeah.
It's on it's on M2. So change the cluster tier from M2 to M0. Oh, it must be because you already have, like you
Yeah.
said, you must already have one because you're
Let
only allowed to have one
Yeah.
free
All right.
curriculum.
So let me log out and just create an account quickly. Yeah, I think I had an account exactly for that.
Mhm.
So it
It's strange that it should have showed that under your clusters. So yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that.
all right, log in. Oh, Okay. Please provide a valid email address. Huh, something's not right. I'll try the third time. All right, accept, submit. Welcome. Okay, all right. So now I should have a new account, organization. Okay.
Yeah, you can show that part after you've logged
Yeah.
in.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Yeah. So this is just going to be like the default. You can rename your organization if you want, project name. You can do whatever you want there, or just leave the defaults. You can
Okay.
pick a language if you want as well, and then just hit continue. So this is just your initial setup. And then after this, we should be able to create, there we go.
Yeah.
So this time we're going to click the shared cluster.
Mhm.
And then same things, pick your provider, region.
Does
M0
it make a difference between the providers or something?
It's really up to you. So it really kind of depends on your region. So if for some reason maybe AWS isn't available in your region or where most of your audience is, and maybe Google Cloud is available in that area, then you probably want to go with you'd want to go with the one that covers the majority of your user base, your audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and then go ahead and create cluster. Yep.
Good.
All right, so this is going to take 1 to 3 minutes to provision. While it's doing that, on the left side under security, we'll go to database access. And so go ahead and add a database user. And then you can create a username, whatever you want to make it. You can auto-generate a secure password, or you can enter your own password, whatever you'd like.
Okay, good. So, do we need to have this hidden or?
Yes and no. what you can do here, go ahead. The username is fine. Just go ahead and put in, Mongo or whatever you want to do for a username.
Yeah.
And then auto-generate the secure password. Okay. And then hit copy.
Okay.
And then paste that somewhere on the other screen, so you have it for later.
Okay, I paste it here near my workout plan.
There you go. All right, and then we're gonna leave read and write to any database. We're gonna leave all the defaults and just add that user.
All right, good.
Okay, and now on the left side under network access.
You can paste it in the chat, it's good.
There you go.
Yeah, you'd like that.
So yeah, left side network access. And then now, so by default, no one is able to connect to this cluster because there's no IP addresses whitelisted. So we have to allow specific IP addresses to connect to the cluster. So that's kind of like a two-factor. Like even if they had the password, they couldn't connect to it right now.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So add an IP address there, click the green button.
Okay.
And then there's two buttons at the top. You can add current IP address, which is going to add your public IP address, or you can allow access from anywhere, which is just basically going to open it up.
Okay.
Or let's say that you have a server, an AWS server, and the IP address of it, and you could just manually type that in as well.
I guess for now, from anywhere. Right?
Yeah, it's fine as long as they don't have the password, you're good.
Yeah. I mean, even if they have they can just change like the data and all that, right? On the database.
Yeah, they would be able to read and write to the database. Yeah.
I mean, I guess they can supercharge my bill or something if I pay, right?
But you're on a free tier, so we're good.
They can supercharge my free tier.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, in production, you would definitely want it to be secure, and don't leave it open to everyone.
And, so in production, we won't have this access from anywhere, or I mean,
in production, you would want that to be the IP address that's going to be accessing the so wherever server it's your application is running on, you would want that ideally to be there.
Okay, so then so maybe my domain name, like that one. Okay.
Yeah, the IP address for that domain. Yep.
All right. Good.
Yep.
Good.
Yep. Cool.
Okay.
So that's the two security things that we have to set up. So now we're able to connect, but let's go back to top left databases.
Okay.
Let's see if it's finished provisioning. Yeah, there, we're good.
Awesome.
So now we can connect and actually do things with it. If you go to browse collections right there, yeah. So you're going to see that there's no data here, right? So you can, where is it? You can hit add my own data.
Okay.
And the white button, there we go.
Okay.
So let's create, so I think you're going to want to keep track of users and you're going to want to keep track of the questions and the upvotes and all of that. So I think we're dealing with one database and probably in 2 collections.
Okay.
So you can name the database
Live
whatever. Yeah, live AMA,
AMA.
yeah, something like that.
And the collection name for now, maybe just questions, the first one, and then we do the users.
Yeah.
Kept collection before consider collection name must be specified.
No, you can just leave that. Yep, hit create.
All right, good.
Cool. So now we have that, and now we could have done this from Next.js as well, but in the interface here, we can filter, we can create databases, create collections. You can do a lot of stuff from the actual, even enter, if you have like a CSV file with data, you could import all of the data at once if you have existing data, right? Nice. So you can do all of that from here. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can have, I usually work with JSON files. I can import it too.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, MongoDB is a document database, so it basically is JSON. It actually stores the data in BSON, so it's binary JSON, and it basically what that does is it adds a few extra data types. So JSON doesn't have like there's a object ID type and there's date type, and so there's certain types that JSON itself doesn't have, and BSON kind of is like a superset of JSON.
Okay. Yeah. So super JSON.
Yeah, exactly.
A boss JSON from B.
There you go, boss JSON.
Okay. Good. So we have this. Should we create the users also?
You can create the user.
How do I create a new collect? Here.
Yeah, right there.
All right, and we can say users.
There you go. Let's so I mean I would in my opinion, I would use like auth0 or something like that for the user authentication portion, and maybe you can rope James Q Quick. I'm gonna call him out here. Maybe you can rope him into helping you out with that. But
like so for now, if we just have a page, well, like for the real project, we'd need multiple questionnaires, or I'm not sure how to call it, for multiple events, right? Each event should have their own set of questions and upvotes and users.
Yeah, so you could do that in the questions collection. So all right, so I'm gonna tell you this thing, and this is something you have to remember when you're dealing with MongoDB. So this is data that is accessed together stays together. So any data that you can think you're going to access, you want to pull in questions. If you're also pulling in user data, you don't want to pull from multiple collections and join, because if you're coming from a SQL background, you're used to pulling from different tables and joining everything together. But in a document database, you keep all of that's accessed together in the same document. So like for the question, you would have the actual question. It would have an ID, of course, and then you would have maybe a user's array, which is an array of the user IDs for everyone that has upvoted, right? So that way we can easily check to see, has this user already upvoted, because we don't want to allow them to upvote more than once.
Exactly.
Right. Then you would have maybe one that's a count of how many votes. And then you would have one that is maybe an ID or a description of which AMA this is for, right? And so even though it's separate AMAs, it's all still in that one questions collection.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
And we just keep tracking the questions, like the users and the events. They
yeah.
Pretty simple. Pretty simple. That's why I hated MongoDB, because I always structured the collection like I did in SQL.
Yes, yes, it's very different. Like, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with SQL. Like, I was a SQL person before coming over to MongoDB, and it's structured differently, and it's so much nicer, especially as a web developer to me,
Mhm.
dealing with like you said, JSON. We're all used to JSON, and that's
Yeah.
what MongoDB is. And so you kind of have to change your thinking a little bit, because it's not, you don't want to separate everything and then do joins and all of that. You want to keep it all together. It's much quicker that way.
Yeah.
So for now, I would say maybe in the users, let's create a dummy user that we can just use,
Mhm.
right? So as we're building it out, you can already kind of have that hook in place, and then
Yeah.
just add Auth0 to it later on.
Mhm.
So in here, you could insert a document towards the right. Yeah. And so this is just JSON. Like, it's going to
Mhm.
give you an object ID already. And so you could say, let's keep track of, I don't know what you want to keep track of: their email address, maybe their
Name.
name.
Yeah.
Um,
That kind of like paths. I'm not sure. Yeah, eventually I'll have
like,
like they could log in and stuff like that. So
yeah. So I'm thinking like an avatar picture. Like, I don't know exactly like
mhm,
what you'll have there, but that's where you'd put this stuff, you know. So
mhm.
let's just create,
Okay.
for now, let's just create a dummy one. Just put name, and put, Florin in there or something. And this is the cool thing about MongoDB. Like, it's completely wide open. There's no set schemas from the beginning. So you
Mhm.
can always come back and adjust this at any time and not worry about anything. And
Yeah.
then once you get it fine tuned, then you can add some validation rules and whatnot later on.
All right. Yeah, in the
Yeah,
chat, Igor is saying I'll refer back to this stream whenever I try to use Mongo for the first time. Yeah, that's very
awesome.
good. Also, a short reminder for those of you who stay till the end, you'll get a $100 credit to use Mongo Atlas. The first 100 people who's going to use the promo code, but that's
Mhm.
till the end. So wait for that.
Yep.
All right, good.
Go ahead and
So
sign up for your account and get ready for it.
yeah, get ready for it
Okay.
because like it's only 100. It's limited,
Mhm.
and whoever will get it, yeah.
There's
Okay,
100 people watching right now.
exactly. That I was seeing the
So
100 and I was thinking about it. All right,
yeah,
so
so
we're
for
going
now, yeah, just
just
name is
email.
fine. Email, yeah, you can add to it later on.
Oh yeah, we can add stuff later on. So
Yeah,
these
yeah.
two and password. I'll put the password here. Purple.
There you go. Insert that. All right,
All
so now
right.
we've got a dummy user that we can use in testing. So let's get the Next.js stuff going.
All right, good. So for that, I'm going to have here a work folder, and I'm going to add another folder and just say questionnaire. I'm not sure how to call the project.
Yeah.
Questionnaire, whatever. All right, and I'm open VS Code. Chat, let me know at any time if anything you have questions. We're going to go over them. If something's not right, the text or the sound or anything, just let us know and we'll
Mhm.
make it right. Okay, I'll put this here and we have VS Code. Uh, hmm. Did I open? Yeah, I think I did. No? Open folder, questionnaire, open. Ah,
There we go.
good.
Awesome. Cool. So for this, we'll use a template.
Mhm.
So we'll use npx create next app,
npx create next app
and then -e for example,
-e
and then with -mongodb,
MongoDB, like
and
this.
then and then dot to go in that directory. Unless you
Okay.
want to name it something. If do you want it to go in this directory, or do you want to create a new
Oh,
directory?
uh, oh, yeah, maybe in this direct to be in this questionnaire. So
Yep, in this
space
folder.
that. Yeah, yeah, in this folder.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. There you go.
Okay,
Hit
so like
enter.
this, right?
Perfect.
Okay.
So that's going to install a regular Next.js app, but it's going to already have MongoDB integrated. So it's going to make our lives a little bit easier, a little bit
Oh,
quicker.
awesome.
Yeah.
Igor
And
is
then,
asking,
sorry.
I mainly code in PHP. Is it efficient to pair PHP and Mongo as its database?
Yeah, for sure. So there's, of course, JavaScript drivers, there's PHP drivers, there's Python drivers, there's C Sharp, the Dart. I'm probably missing others. There's drivers for just about every popular language for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so cool. So if you go to, I'm just thinking like for styling wise, or do you plan on like using Tailwind
Yeah,
or, yeah, do you want to get that set up real quick while we're here?
sure.
Okay.
I
So
was using the same like with Tailwind or something like that. They had an
yeah.
example.
Well, I mean, I use Tailwind all the time as
Mhm.
well with Next.js, so it's really pretty quick
Yeah,
to set up. So it's like npm I
npm I.
uh, dash capital D for as a dependency, and then it's Tailwind CSS at latest. And then you also need post CSS at latest and auto prefixer at latest.
Prefixer at latest.
There you go.
All right.
And
Hopefully, I not
then
misspelled something.
nah, it looks good. Post CSS, yeah, looks good. And then after that, let's see.
Good night, Ivan. Have good night sleep.
Oh,
You're yeah
bedtime.
late there in
Uh,
Korea.
mm,
Okay.
all right. npx tailwind css init dash p. There we go. That's going to add our tailwind config
Config.
and our post CSS config. So now under tailwind config, you just need to update your purge. So
I think in the pay. I used this today or something. Let me
yeah, it's if you do like a quick Google tailwind
just give me a
Next.js.
second. Tell them config. Oh, open this. Yeah. So pages
Yeah,
and
yeah,
component. This is it.
yeah. Perfect.
This is what we need here.
Yeah. And then just import your tailwind CSS into the index.
Oh yeah. So in pages index here, right?
Yep, exactly.
Import. How was it?
Tailwind, tailwind CSS slash tailwind dot CSS.
Like
There
this.
you go.
All
Perfect.
right.
Yeah. So
Good.
that should be all good. And then the only thing that we need to do now to get it connected to MongoDB is if you go to under lib,
Okay.
there's this MongoDB JS. So just quickly, I'll explain what this is. This is exporting the Mongo client at the top, or I mean, it's importing the Mongo client. And then if you go down to the bottom, it is setting up your connection and it's exporting the connect to database method. So that connect to database method is what we're going to use in the project, right? And so what it needs is a URI and a database. And so that is going to be in your .env file.
Okay.
So if you go into .env, yeah, rename the .example or like just delete the .example.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, rename it. Yeah, there you go. So just env.local. There you go.
yeah.
So the URI and the database. So if you go back to your databases in MongoDB at the top left of MongoDB, there you go. And then click connect next to cluster 0. There you go. And then the middle option, connect your application. Yep. And then just copy that string there. Yeah, there you go. So yep, copy that and then go back into your code. So the URI, go ahead and paste that in.
Does it need quotes or something?
Yeah, so you can do this off screen, but the under database, type in the database that you named it. I can't remember what you named it. Question
Live AMA.
live it. There you go. Cool. So like off the screen, you can paste in your password, save that, and close that file, and that's
So
all that we need to do.
all right. And doesn't need the user, or it will
Yeah, the user is Mongo right before the password, so it already filled that in for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Mongo colon and then your password.
All right. So let me do this off screen so you don't steal my password. All right. And I like remove the greater and lower sign, right? Right. Yeah, it
not
had
sure which one.
password between the.
Oh, yeah. Remove those. Yep. Yes, exactly.
Okay, and does it remain .env.local or it just
Yes.
.env?
.env.local.
And why is
Mhm.
that?
So there is local. I think you can have like .env production. Like there's different ones, and so like this is just the standard naming convention that's in Next.js.
Yeah, Mihai is asking, in the link, it is okay the my first database part shouldn't be the
Yeah,
database name.
it is. It's fine. It can be the database name as well, but honestly, it's just going to connect to whatever database you tell it in that second line in the env file.
Oh, okay.
Like it's going to use that. Yeah,
All right. All right.
yeah.
Yeah. Good
So
question.
if you want to do a quick npm run dev just to make sure we're connecting, we should be fine. And I think we're actually going to kind of mess up the CSS because, oh, what happened?
Let's see. Something happened. Next is not recognizing.
Oh,
Didn't I run npm Oh,
npm run dev.
run dev. That's what I ran.
Huh. Next is not recognized as an
npm
go.
install. I mean, I guess it should install them, right?
Yeah, it should have already installed everything.
Package JSON.
It should have
Next.
and
Latest.
then if you go down to, yeah, you've got next React. That's strange. Try it again.
Yeah. Strange things are happening. All right, good.
That was weird.
Yeah, that
yeah.
was weird.
So started. Wait, on 000. That's
Or
never seen that before.
localhost. Yeah, I think I saw that.
Okay, I've just never noticed that. I think we messed up. Like the CSS is going to look really weird because we already updated the CSS, but we should still be able to see if we've connected.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
it looks okay. It looks
yeah.
okay. You are
Default.
connected to MongoDB, so
Oh, it
it
says
it right there.
Awesome.
So if we weren't connected, it would have displayed go check the README, something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
it's
See, it is
connected.
connected.
Yeah, it's something passed somewhere. Let's see where. Ooh, some CSS here.
Yeah, right there.
So connect database. There's a function.
Remember, we're exporting that connected database from the MongoDB. Yeah, and then we're checking to see if we're connected.
Awesome. So that's like everything they need, and then we pass it as get server side props.
Yep.
Awesome. And then it's connected.
Cool.
It's passed as props to the component, to the page.
Exactly.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, we might not need all of that, but anyway.
Yeah. Cool. So let's see. Maybe the first thing we could do is maybe just we'll do a read of the database. There's no data there currently, so maybe we should add some dummy data into the question collection as well.
Yeah.
Just to have something to, yeah.
So browse collections and then questions. Yeah, let's insert. So for the question, we'll have the question per se, like the text. How you doing? And then for like it has ID, it has the probably the user ID or something.
I would have like a user array. So user would be an array of user IDs.
Okay, but isn't this like the user who created the question?
Oh, you want to do you want to know who created it? I guess that would make sense. So I would say
user ID, and then the vote can be a collection, an array of the user IDs who voted.
Perfect. Yes, that makes sense to me.
User ID, and then this will, I guess, just random ID now.
Yeah.
Okay, and then plus.
So what you would probably do, so that user ID, I mean, you could store it as a string. It could also be an object ID because all of the user IDs are stored as object IDs.
Yeah, but it's the dumb. Can I just change that to object ID here? Oh,
you can, but it would have to be like, there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and then we have votes, upvotes. I guess, yeah, upvotes.
Are you
And
going to
this
have
will
down
be,
votes?
yeah, I won't have down votes, but
Yeah. So votes will be fine, or up votes, however you want. Yep.
I mean, I guess Hellman can downvote it, but no, that's just up
Oh,
votes.
yeah, I know. And that makes sense to me. Yeah.
So an array,
Mm-hmm.
and then this will be an object ID again, right?
Yeah. So an array of IDs, yes. And then I guess, I mean, you could have a value that gives you the count, or you could just do a
Yeah,
length on that array and you've
exactly.
got your
No
count.
need to,
Yeah.
because then we
Mhm.
always need to update the both the
Yeah,
array and the
exactly.
count. So the
Exactly.
text, the user, and that's kind of it. Let's keep it simple. And the
Trying
votes.
to think. You said you want to keep track of which AMA it's for. So like,
Yeah, good one. How do I do a plus here? Just
yeah, just on the last one, just hit enter after it,
oh,
or
the left.
wherever you want to put it. Yeah,
But
there
this
you go.
will
Shift tab, go back,
shift tab,
or enter again.
and doesn't work. Yeah, let's
No,
just
okay.
put this another object ID. Just have two, and then here, or maybe after this one.
You can actually change the view as well at the top.
Oh, yeah, that's much
there you go.
better.
Much easier. You just type it in however you want.
Yeah. And now here I'm going to put like this and have what was it, like event ID.
There you go. There you go.
And this will also be no, let's keep
I'm
it an
trying to
object.
think. I'm trying to think if your events are, you're not really keeping track of your events, or you may not be keeping track of, like, are you gonna have an events collection, anything that you want to keep track of there? Because otherwise this could just be a string. And as long as it's the event name, they're all the event name, it could just be a string.
Yeah, I also, so on Gumroad, they have for each product, they have kind of their ID, and I can keep track of that. So this can be a string.
Yeah, I would you can just do a string. And again, this can be changed later on down the road too. It's not set in stone.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, so we have, let's make this object ID as well. And, oh, yeah, my mouse is acting weird. Questions. Oh, I didn't insert. Yeah, my mouse is, for some reason, it's clicking back sometimes. I need a new mouse. Thanks, you too. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoy it. All right, but now we know what we have to do. So like user ID, which will be object ID, then
I think if you just hit enter, I think, yeah, there you
go. But in the end, then the text, how you doing? Then we have the event ID, which is a string Gumroad ID, and then we have the upvotes, which will be an array of user object IDs. Let's put 2 and be done with it, and insert before happening.
There we go. Okay. Now we have something to pull in. All right, back to the code.
Good. So back here, this is the website. I guess I can remove pretty much everything here, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could keep the head there. Keep the H1 maybe, or the main at least. Yeah. Yeah, you can keep the is connected if you want.
Footer, we don't need the styling.
Yeah, you can get rid of all that.
Just delete everything. All right. Oh, I deleted the main also. Main. Okay, so now it will just say if you're connected or not.
There you go. Perfect. All right. So now let's work on pulling in the data.
The data. Yeah.
So so that's going to be in your Git server side props. Yeah. So what we'll do in here, we'll pull in the client, but we're also going to pull in DB from connect to database, right? And then after is connected, you can add another const of collection. and that's going to equal db.collection, and then define your collection name. So it's a method. There you go. And that was questions, right? Questions. Yeah.
Does it need an await? This is an ace.
Oh yes. No, wait. No,
No?
I don't think that needs an await because we're waiting on the connect database already. No, I don't think that needs an await.
So this will be basically questions now, right?
Yes.
Okay, and we can pass it here.
Well, let's
No?
we still need to do a find.
Oh,
So we still need to do something. Like we have the collection, but we still need to do something with it and return something. So that we will have to do an await on. So
Okay.
actually change questions back to collection, because that's the actual collection. The questions will be the next one. So do const collections. I mean, const questions. And then that's going to equal await collection dot find, which is a method. And then in the find, we're just going to pass an empty object.
Okay, because we want all the questions.
Everything, yes. And then we have to do a to array on that. So after that, to array. So that's going to return us, yes, perfect.
Oh, so it will return a string?
It will it will return the BSON object, so it has to be returned as an array.
Yeah, let's
JSON object.
You
can, yeah.
Let's
do that.
What we have. So here's the console so that we can learn. This is basically how I learn it. Just
yeah.
All right, so
sure.
we have questions, and here I can just console.log questions, and we get it here. So first, let's just see how this looks. Undefined.
Okay, there is actually something that you will have to do. This is a Next.js thing. So for in your props, in your return props, right before question, do do questions colon, like to define. So okay, so in your props you have is connected and questions. So right after questions, do a colon, like you're gonna define questions colon, and then we have to do JSON parse, JSON stringify questions. Right. So no, so do like type it right where questions is, like right where your arrow is right now.
All right, my arrow.
Oh, that's my arrow. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's my arrow. I'm trying to type for you on my screen.
Oh, I should have allowed
in your return props. We're going to edit the return props. There you go. Right. So right there, colon, JSON parse. JSON, there's the capital JSON.parse. Yep. And then inside there, you're going to return questions, but you're going to stringify the questions. I know this is odd. I'll explain it in a minute, but do JSON.stringify and then pass questions inside that.
I think I did this before, so yeah.
So the issue is that Next.js is very strict, which is a good thing. It's fine. It's very strict on the data types that are coming in, and it has to make sure that it's all good. So in order to do that, we're going to stringify it and then reparse it so that Next.js is happy.
Okay.
So now do your test.
It's still undefined for some reason. Questions. It should, if we do, let's just do collection here. Let's see what's collection. Undefined. DB, do we have DB? Undefined again.
Do we need to restart the server? Maybe, like, is there something?
Oh, okay. So questions returned from get through prop objects can. Okay.
Yeah. So it's returning it as an object. That's why we have to array it.
So now I think if we did this.
There we go. You've got.
All right. Yeah. I have it.
There. Perfect.
I have. All right. So yeah, this is how we need to do it.
There we go.
So if we did this, I guess, yeah, it will.
Next.js is gonna scream at you.
Yeah. All right. So this is how we do it. We convert it. It's weird that because like this is an array now, right? Because we do to array, but then we need to stringify.
I know.
convert it back to an
Yep.
object.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to. I know, and it's just a Next.js thing. Like it works in just plain JavaScript. It works just fine. But again, it's fine. It's just, Next.js is strict, which is not a bad thing. So.
All right, good. So now we have the data.
So now we have our data. So let's display it.
Questions, and we do here something. Questions dot map. I guess we can check for length, but let's not be safe this time. Question, and we do something like, I don't know, paragraph, question dot, like text.
Put it in curly braces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so now we should see the text.
Yep.
There you go. All right.
And it's going to scream at you for not putting a key.
Yeah. Let's put the key, which will be question dot underscore ID, and then
so here's the
class name, just quick class name, so we can see it. Text for Excel, something like that. All right.
Cool. You may want to put that within the is connected ternary operator, just to you're checking to see if you're connected, and then if you are, then display this stuff. So right after that first H2, there you go.
Yeah, I guess we can keep this. So okay,
perfect.
Okay, didn't copy something, right?
Yeah, something.
Oh, it needs to be a div.
Oh yeah. You can use a partial as well if you want, or
yeah,
whatever. Either way, it works fine.
Like this, and then I can remove this and just save, and boom. Awesome. Good.
So now we're reading data.
Has question dot upvotes dot length votes, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, you got 2 votes already. How'd you do that?
Magic. We're magicians. Good.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're going to want a way to create a new question, right? So maybe let's work on put a button somewhere to create a question in a form, like an input and a add, something like that.
Yeah, but also, how do we someone's asking, Florian, why do we need question ID inside tag? I'm not sure.
Oh, the key, that's just to identify for Next.js, or for React. Actually, this is a React thing. So anytime you map through, it needs a key so that it can identify. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. So this is just so React knows how to optimize the entire rendering process, so that it knows that this H3 is this one. And
yeah,
180
so
people watching.
Updates.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I'm glad you're joining. Hopefully you're learning something. Okay. So let's think about let's do something so we can push back to the database. So even if we just click a button and we create dummy stuff there, let's make a button.
Yeah.
So here, button, let's have a class name, BG purple 700, px2, px3, py4 to something like this, text white, and then here create stuff. All right, so this will get rounded, just to make it pretty
cool.
All right, and whenever we click it, we want to have something on click. Just recreate a handle creating stuff.
Yeah. So what we could do is, I generally like to put all of the CRUD operations in a utility file.
Okay.
If you want to do that, we could create in the lib folder, maybe you can create like a crud.js or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And then in here, we could do like, let's do an add question. So it'll be like const add question equals async function, which we're going to pass into, like, what do we need to pass into this? We need the title. We need
that's it. Like the user ID.
Oh yeah, the user ID.
Event ID.
Yeah.
What else? I think do we need the date? That we didn't even consider the date, but probably. Yeah. I mean, it's fine
for now. For now, yeah. I mean, definitely you can add that in later. Yeah, for sure. So in here, now that I'm trying to think the best way to go about this. So
we need to import Mongo and do stuff here. Like,
well, I'm thinking you don't want to do that on the client side. Like, you don't really want to expose all that on the client side. Since we're using Next.js, do you want to use the API routes to do all that backend stuff?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that then.
I haven't done that, but yeah.
I mean, it's a Next.js thing, and so might as well. That way you're not exposing those methods to the client side. I mean, it's a security thing too. So, all right. So under pages, create an API directory, and then let's see. Under API, create a. I guess we could do a questions directory.
Directory.
Yeah, directory. And then.
Yeah, so we'll have /API/questions.
Questions. Yeah, and then. Yeah, because you want to be able to update a question, right? You want to be able to add a question, delete a question, possibly if you have the right access.
Yeah.
So within questions, let's create a file as a catch-all. And so I'll show you how to do that. So like create a file and you're going to name it left bracket, .id, right bracket, .js. Okay, so this is like a catch-all.
Yeah, I never see double brackets. I see one and not the dot catch-all.
What that allows you to do is you can go to API/questions with nothing after it. You can go to API/questions and then question ID. You can go to API/questions/event/ID. Like, there's so many different things you can, like, this is just, it'll work for anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So in here, this is where we're going to import our connected database. So import connected database from .. wherever it is.
Someone is asking, shouldn't it be .id ? +1?
No.
Doesn't sound like.
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a valid thing, but I've never used that or heard of it.
All right. So here we import Mongo stuff, right? 3 dots. Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's 2 dots. Let's give it a try. Hey, you got some money.
Yeah, thank you, Francisco, for the donation. Really appreciate it. 2 silver buttons in the house. Yeah, you're going to. I'm sure in a short time you're going to join the silver button club. Awesome.
I don't know about the silver button club.
Why?
Oh, the silver button.
Yeah. The YouTube silver button. 100K.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, import destructure connected database from. There you go.
Oh,
exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's our MongoDB connection.
All right.
Yep.
And this is all we need to do, all the fancy stuff.
Yeah, this is what we'll use to write, read, update, all of that. Yep. So let's create. Let's export default async, and that's going to give us a request and a response. So request and response, and then arrow. Yep. And then in here, we're going to need a couple of things. So we'll say const, and then destructure. I'm trying to think of, we're going to need, there's going to be a few different ways of utilizing this catch-all. Sometimes we're going to pass it an ID. Sometimes we're not. Sometimes it's just going to be a method of put, post, delete, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to destructure out of this our method is one thing we're going to need. And we're also going to need that query ID. So the way you could do that is right here. You can just type query colon and then destructure ID.
Destructure.
I mean, I'm sorry, like the curly brackets.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the ID inside there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ID. Perfect. Yeah. So the name of our file is .id. So that's where ID is coming from, right? So we're pulling. So then after that, you can call comma method is the other thing that we want. And that is going to come from the request.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're getting the query ID and the method from the request.
Exactly.
This is the same as saying like query dot. No, this is like ID will be request dot query dot ID, and then const method will be request dot method.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A short way of doing that. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Doing that.
Yeah. And then let's create a const. We're going to need our database again. So const curly braces DB is going to equal await connected database. So now we have our database object. Then we need our collection. So const collection is going to equal db.collection, and then that's questions. And then, yeah, so now we have, after this, we have our method. We need to figure out what we're doing. So right now we're going to be doing a post, right? So we're going to create, so it's going to be post. So let's do a switch on the method. So we're going to check on, if we have put, post, delete, whatever, we're going to do different things. So switch, and then in parentheses method. There you go. And then, yeah.
I don't write a lot of switch.
A lot of switches. Yeah, I know.
I just do if else.
Yeah, if else. I mean, I don't know. This is a good use case for switch, I think. So this is going to be a case post. So before that, put a case.
Yeah.
Yeah, case. There you go. There you go. I don't know. You got it. And then no curly braces.
No?
Yeah, switches are weird. I know switches are weird. No curly braces.
I mean, I think it works like this.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I think it does.
Oh, okay.
It just
I've never used
like looks, and then case get.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're doing our get initially, so I don't think we're going to do a get on this. I think we're just going to do post, put, and delete. So our get, our get is in our get server side props initially, and I don't think we're ever going to have to get again. Yeah, not from here. Yeah, so get, put, and delete. Yeah.
Yeah, only if like we want to not do this here, but rather use that function.
What I would suggest is like you're getting your initial data, and we're probably going to want to store that into a use state.
Whoa, just a second. It's
windy.
Yeah, just a sec. Oh my God, so windy. I have to run another room to
okay. Hey everyone. Codex, where are you from? I'm from Texas. Florin is from Romania. Cool. Let's see how many. 112 people. Good. How's everyone's day so far? Well, it might be the end of the day by now.
It's crazy. I mean, I'm not sure what's happening in the world, but like if you can see what's outside, it's just dust all over the place now. It's crazy, and it all started like in a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
All right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Good. So Stefan's asking if we're doing the full project. I don't think we're gonna have time for the full project. We're gonna try to do the, the basic CRUD, create, read, update, delete, try and get all that going. And I think Florin's gonna have some more streams where he fancies it up and makes it look nice. And
yeah, exactly. So tomorrow also, and Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to continue to work, at least on these days, I'm going to continue to work on this project and finish the live AMA, like the entire project. But this is a good start, like how we do stuff here. Do we still need the CRUD.js file?
Yeah, we're going to use that.
Oh, okay.
We're going to use that to access our API route.
Okay.
Right. So in our let's do the post. So in the post, we need our title. So let's do const and then curly braces title.
We're going,
yeah, we're going to destructure that from our request.body.
Oh, request.body. Yeah.
But we need to JSON parse that. So JSON.parse around that.
Because
cool.
this
so now we have
string.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because anything you pass into the body has to be a string, right? Which you'll see when we go to the CRUD JS, that's where we're going to be passing it to this, and we have to pass it as a string, right? So here, let's do our actual database write. So we're going to do, I don't know, we can call it maybe result, like result is going to equal await collection.insert1. Yeah, exactly. Insert capital O-N-E spelled out. There you go. So then in this insert one, we will have an object, which is going to be our title and whatever else. I guess we're going to user
ID and event
ID. Exactly. Yeah. Perfect.
And we should like check to see if we have these and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. There's going to be some stuff that you should probably do before actually just inserting it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, so
by the way, for those of you who are watching and weren't from the beginning, stay till the end and you'll receive a special promo code which you can use to get $100 credit on MongoDB Atlas. So don't forget about that.
Perfect. So what we can do here is on the result, we can test to see that it actually got inserted. What it's going to do is it's going to return back to you the object, or it's going to return to you an error. So we could say, I'm trying to think ahead, like what I was thinking is you're initially getting the data and we probably want to put that into a use state and then to keep track of the data. And then so that we don't have to continuously get, we can add that to the state from here. So in our response, we're going to be responded back with what we added to the database. And so right here, we could then add it back into our state, if that makes sense.
Into a state on the client side?
So, well, it's going to be in the CRUD.js is where we would do that. But right here is where we would pass that back to that utility.
Okay, so we're going to return.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do a response.json, a res.res.json. Yeah. And then we'll pass into there an object, which is going to be
maybe have a success and something. Or
yeah, it's going to be result dot, it's called ops, OPS.
Okay, so here again, result dot OPS.
Result dot OPS, and then it's an array. So it's going to be square brackets 0. So the first thing in that is going to be the object that, now if you want to go through and test this out and like do some console logs and see what it looks like, but basically the result is going to return a big, huge object with all kinds of data in it. And one of those is the operations. So ops, and the operation that it performed was an insert one. And the first thing in that array is going to be the actual object that was inserted. So it's basically returning back to you what you sent it. If it worked out. Yeah. So, but that does have to be in a curly braces. So return it as an object, as a JSON object. Yeah. Perfect.
And we can like, success. Do we know, can we get like if it's, let's say something like success and I don't know, use something from the result. Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe we can do a spread this, like this is an object now.
Yes.
So we can spread it. Or we can even say like body and be an object which we spread. Let me think. Yeah, Or
There's
no?
there's a million ways to do it. However you feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah. Let me check if everything's all right.
You may have to. I'm trying to think if I can't remember exactly how that comes in. If it comes in as an object or a string. So I'm trying to think if we need to parse it or not. I don't know. We can do some console
Can
logs
we?
to
Yeah. Result.
Yeah.
And I guess if we do, well, we need to do a post on this. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, if you want to test this out, you can just test it out in your browser by going to API/questions.
Yeah, but
well,
we need to post,
yeah,
not get.
yeah. So if you have like
I don't
Postman
have
or
Postman.
do you have Thunder Client? Do you have Insomnia? Do you have?
I have Insomnia sometimes, but not this one.
Insomnia. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's leave it right here for now, and then let's go back to that CRUD utility, and that's how we'll trigger it.
Yeah. All right. So here.
Yeah.
And
So
here we need to. Oh, how we're going to
yeah.
trigger it here? We need to do a fetch on that, or
exactly.
okay. So fetch.
We're gonna
slash API slash questions. And then here we have, how do you do this? Do you do this like this method and then post?
Exactly.
And then body and whatever title, user ID, and event ID.
Yeah, you're gonna have to stringify that though. So right before the braces, yeah, JSON.stringify and then wrap that. There you go. Exactly. And then what I would do is probably wrap the fetch in a variable. So I'd say like const result equals await fetch.
Oh, okay.
Like right before the fetch. Yeah, like const result equals await fetch.
And then we
there you
can
go.
do
So now we have the result.
Data will result that JSON.
Exactly.
JSON.
Exactly. Like you can just do that. Yeah, and then you can console log that data if you want.
Or we can, yeah, console log data and also return data. Okay, so yeah, this. Do we need anything else here, or?
Well, for now, because you just have a button. So for now, if you want to say title : and just put some fake data in there, user ID : so like in the actual.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we just need some fake data right now. Yeah.
Fake title.
There you go.
User ID, fake ID. Okay, just a second. Okay, fake ID again. All right, sorry about that. I told my wife to be careful. She's driving, and yeah.
Oh yeah, be careful.
I mean, she will be driving home, not driving now. All right. Okay. Good. So yeah, this should.
So now you just need to go to there you go. Go to the button and let's call this add question. So you need to import the add question into your index. Yeah, at the top.
I guess let's see, Mongo. All right, so we need.
Oh, we need to export it. Sorry.
Yeah.
You need to
export add question. So then we go to import add question from .lib /crud, right?
Perfect. Yep.
And then here we just do that question.
Sure. Exactly.
This should work, right?
Should work.
We have something. Segment names may not star ID.
You know what? I think. Yeah, somebody suggested
it's compiled, but it's compiled now. So
someone suggested 3 dots. I think they were right. I think it is 3 dots in the ID.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And because of API routes changing,
should we restart?
I don't know. I think let's just restart it just to be safe. No, yeah, just to make sure.
Okay, and then yeah.
Hit the button and let's see.
Will we see the question added? No, not sure.
No, we won't see it. We'll have to go to the Atlas dashboard to see it if it got added.
But I can refresh the page and then we'll see it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, great stuff. Okay. Title of
undefined. Oh, because we're not passing, we defined it already and it's not being passed in. It doesn't like that. So instead of doing your fake stuff there, we could have done it in the actual call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably where we should have done it. So if you want to delete the fake stuff there and just put it in, yeah, you still have to return at the end though.
Yeah, well,
Okay, cool.
Just I wanted to control V there.
Exactly.
Okay,
perfect.
And then we do it here, like title, fake title, fake ID, fake event ID.
Perfect. All right, let's see. Hopefully that works. Hey,
okay.
We returned a promise.
We have a promise at least. Oh, wait.
Oh, yes, exactly. But if you refresh the page, let's see if it actually added it.
Length of under. Oh.
Where'd
we also need to do upvotes.
Oh.
Yeah, now we messed it up. We need to delete this record.
Yes.
So we need to follow. Yeah. We need to follow.
So if you
not reset. What I did.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
This is
oh, it added something, but it added null. That's interesting. Why did it do that?
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to check that out. Yeah, you can delete that. Okay, so why did it add null?
Maybe something with the let's see.
Oh, you're past. So in add question, it's expecting an object, but you passed it 3 strings instead of an object.
Again, sorry, Ayla. So where?
Yeah. So in add question, see you're destructuring title, ID, and event. You're destructuring that from an object. So it's expecting one object. But when you called it, yeah. So if you just wrap the call in an object, there you go. So it's going to expect title. Yeah, all of that exactly.
Yeah. Title.
User
ID. And then, well, I guess let's just do it. Const data title, fake title, user ID, fake ID, and then event ID, fake event ID.
Also the, what was it, upvote? We need
upvotes. Upvotes will be an empty array, right?
Well, it'll be this user's ID.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume that the user creating it is already going to upvote it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. And then pass in data. Yeah. Oh, so now go back to the CRUD function, and
this is text, not title.
Oh yeah, text. Oh, so then we need to change that in the CRUD to text. Yep.
And I think here too.
Yes.
And then we also need upvotes.
You got it. Go back to the CRUD function after that one more time.
CRUD function.
Yeah, or the JS. So you can take upvotes, take that blank array off of that. Yeah, there you go. That should.
We need here and
text
here.
and then upvotes. Exactly. All right, that should be it.
All right.
Let's see.
Okay, let's see the chat. So yeah, what are you building? Yeah, thank you, Bid, for helping out. We're building a project with MongoDB. All right, let's see. So when we press here, create stuff, success is, yeah.
And it
and
returns
the body
to us.
is, what we need. And if we refresh, there we go. And it also has one vote.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
All
Yeah.
right. So now we're adding stuff. So now we need to upvote.
Yeah.
So that would be an update, upvote. So basically that's the same thing. So we'll go back to the API, and then this time it's going to be in the put. So in the put, we're kind of going to do the same thing, very similar, except this time we only need the object ID and the upvote. Like we're just going to update the upvotes. So,
We
right.
need the user ID who's going to be added eventually.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. We need the question ID because we need to know which question to update. We need the up. Oh yeah.
We're going to
Yeah.
change the
You're right.
upvotes.
You're right. Yep. You're right. Exactly.
Like, but here
User
we
ID
also
and
need
question
to
ID.
here we also need to get the upvotes. And then check if we have, because if we have it there, we don't want to add it, the user ID.
So yeah, so we can definitely do that. I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. Let me think.
Either that, or we already have the upvotes, I guess. Also, I'm not sure how here we have, so on the front end we have the upvotes, which is object ID. Is it safe to share on the front end to have the user ID? Do you think like they can use that user ID to get the user ID, like their email and stuff?
I don't think so, because I'm assuming you're going to do something like Auth0 or something like that. Like the user ID is something that is on the client side. Like that is something that you can have the user ID, but you still don't have access to their accounts or anything like that without, their passwords and all that other stuff. So I think that's safe to do. Yeah.
Okay. So then, all right. So the question ID. Good. I guess this can be just ID because that's how. No, we have like this in the data, right? The data which comes from here, it has the underscore ID, right?
Yeah. So like what it's going to do is, like when you click upvote, it's going to send the question ID and the user's ID to the function that's going to do the upvote.
Yeah.
The function needs to check to see if the user has already upvoted, and if they haven't, then do the actual update, adding the user ID to the upvotes array.
Yeah, basically we need to do, if it's there, remove it, and if it's not,
you're
it.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Remove it, because if you click it, it's already yeah, you're right. You want to remove it. Okay, perfect.
So we need to get here. Let's write it down. Get the upvotes array, then check to see if the user ID is already in the array. If it is, remove it. If it's not, add it. So this is the logic, right?
So do we need to then, I think we should probably pass in here the user ID, question ID, and upvotes, because that was pulled in initially.
Yeah, or we can get it from here, like collection, find.
We would have to do a find.
Yeah.
Oh, find by ID. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. We could do that.
Let's get that. So we get const upvotes. Is it like await that? No, await collection.
Yeah, collection.
Find by ID, and we put question ID. Like let's
see.
So
I don't think that there is a find by ID in this driver.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think, let's see. I think we'll have to do
find and here.
Find. And then in there, yeah, it's going to be, we're going to look for the underscore ID.
And we pass the ID.
Pass the ID. Now to do that though, remember it's a BSON object. It's not a JSON object.
And we need that.
So we need to convert the string ID into an object ID. So to do that, at the top, you'll need to import BSON, the BSON library. So import BSON. I think it's BSON from BSON.
BSON like this.
Yeah,
Oh.
bson. There you go. Oh,
Oh,
what did it do?
from MongoDB core.
Well, I guess you could pull it from there too, but I think there's a different one as well that's just from bson.
Like that?
No, why is it not? Oh, the import.
Let's Google import bson. The node bson. And we need to install it and all that, right?
No,
bson parser.
you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
It should already be there. Yeah, it's just bson.
Okay. Okay, so this should
that
work.
Should be right. Yep. All right, so now if you go down to, where is it that you're doing that? So find by.
So find and then
find,
underscore ID, question ID like this.
Exactly.
And we need to bson parse this. Or
no, it's bson.objectID.
Here.
So, yeah, exactly.
bson.objectID.
ID. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Perfect. But now we need to, I don't think we defined our collection. Did we define our collection? Go back up.
Yeah.
Collection. Oh yeah, we did that above the switch. I forgot about that. Okay, sorry, I was lost for a second.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So now,
we're finding.
Should have the. Oh, we need to do this again, or maybe not.
No,
not.
That's just a
client side.
Client side Next.js thing. Yep. So now we have our question with all of its information. So then it's going to be upvotes is actually not this.
Yeah.
So
this is the question.
So then question.upvotes is upvotes.
Yeah. So then const upvotes will be question, and we destructure like this, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So check if.
You could actually just do that upvote destructuring right on question, where question is, if you want to just make it one line shorter. That works too.
Yeah. Good. So now, let's check if upvotes that includes, I think, includes user ID. Then we need to remove it. So we do await that collection that. No, await. Yeah. Collection dot update one.
Yep. And then do the same ID bson stuff. Yep.
This. Okay, and what we want to update it is another object, right?
Exactly.
Or no? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's upvotes.
You don't need my help.
Yeah, I have some experience with this, but yeah. So we do that upvotes, that filter, upvote that ID. No, upvote that user ID not equal to user ID.
Yeah, and I think we're probably going to have to bson object ID all of that.
Yeah, this.
I think so. Like, well, not that.
No.
But probably in your upvote .user ID and then user ID.
This one.
Yeah.
But then if this will convert it to an object, then it won't.
Oh wait, yeah, remove those curly braces. There you go. Perfect.
So if this converts the user ID to an object,
it converts it from an object. Wait.
I mean, we only can check for this is yeah. Because what's the type of this? This is a bson object ID, right? And will this, if this is converted, will they be equal or not?
Yeah. What if we do a bson object ID on the other one as well? That way we're parsing both of them.
like if they're both objects, they might
Mhm.
have the same properties, but they are not the same if we triple
Oh,
equals.
yes.
So
Oh, I
we
see
need,
what you're saying. I
yeah,
see what you're
we
saying.
need
Yeah, yeah.
to have them strings.
Exactly. So maybe, yeah, try it without, and let's see.
I mean, wait. So when we have all the upvotes here, this again here, like, let's just try without these on
Mhm.
and see.
Let's see what we get
And
returned.
this will be like where it await const result something, or how we did it here.
Yeah,
Result, yeah.
and if you wanted to, in the array, in the upvotes array, you could store those as strings if you wanted. Like they don't have to be object IDs if you don't want to. Like if it makes it easier to parse and all of that, if you want to just store them as strings, that's okay too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Either way.
All right. So if that's the case, then here we respond to res.json like that. And again, the result ops
Now on
should.
the update, the result,
Isn't it the
the
same thing?
ops, it's not going to return the same thing. No.
No?
On the update, it's going to be, it's just going to return like a success, like what it did, but it's not going to return the entire object on an update.
Okay.
So it's going to say that one item was updated. Basically, that's all it's going to say, but it's not going to return the actual entire item back to you this time. So this time on the body, you could do something like,
I mean, let's just see
yeah,
what it returns.
sure. Yeah.
So let's just say body result. And
Yeah, let's just see what comes back. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Okay, so this is if includes, else. What do I have here? JSON, no, not sure. Insert, but I copied something.
Yeah,
Here,
that was
maybe.
from the post.
Yeah. All right. So else, if it's not, then we want to add it. So pretty much the same thing.
Pretty much. Yeah. Instead of filter, we're gonna add it.
That up. Yeah. I guess we can do dash upvotes and then the user ID next to it, like this.
Exactly.
Hey, yeah. And we're just, do we return the res.json or we just do res.json?
Well, I mean, you could do the res at the end, like just once. So like scroll down a bit.
Oh, after the switch?
After the if statements, after the else statement, I mean.
Oh.
Right?
But then the result is here. I guess we can have
because you got two results
here.
There you go.
Yeah, we have to result. So
yeah,
let's leave it like this for now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Now in the CRUD, we need here const
upvote or
yeah, it's the vote, upvote or downvote.
Yeah.
Like vote question. And this will be async, and it will get the user ID and the question ID. All right, and let's see. So
you can do a fetch.
Again, a fetch. Questions time. And put. And this time we just need user ID, question ID. And I guess these is the same. Okay. Right. So now
we need a upvote button.
Yeah, for each question. Where is that file? I
think you're in it.
Yeah, I think.
There you go.
Okay. Right there. This will look ugly. I guess.
Yeah, you fix it. You'll fix it in the next stream.
Yeah. Just put here like that, so we can have a button which will say vote, and on click this will be handle both question, and like this will be something like this. And this will have question dot ID and user ID.
Mhm. So we never brought the user in. So you could just do like a fake one right now, but that would be part of your auth. You would have that user ID somewhere in here already, but it's just not currently.
Yeah.
So maybe you would just
question ID will be question ID.
But
wait.
for now, user ID, you would just want to like put something fake there.
Yeah, just let me. I messed it up here now. We did this, not objects here, just the parameters. User ID question dot ID.
I think you destructured it again on the other one.
Yeah,
so
but I'll have it here. All the
I see what you're saying. Yep.
The const handle, and this will have the user ID and the question ID. And then here, what was the function? Vote question.
There you go.
So then here, vote question, user ID, and question ID.
Exactly. We just need to.
Guess I could have called it here.
And then just pulled. Well, no, because you have to pass the question ID from there.
Yeah, but I could like vote question.
Oh yeah, you could just call the whole. Yeah, you
user
could just
ID
do that.
and then question ID will be that. Yeah, so we don't need all this.
You could do the same thing with the other one as well later if you want to change that up.
Well, this has a body though. But yeah. This now, because the handle creating stuff like adding will get all the inputs from the form.
Yeah,
and
you're true. Yeah, there's a good bit of use state that I think needs to get added into here too. Yeah, to keep track of everything.
All right, let's see.
I think you do need to put in a fake user ID, because right now we're just passing in an object that doesn't exist.
Fake user.
There you go.
Okay, and this has two like these two upvotes are object IDs. Like, yeah. We'll see how it reacts. Let me add some class name to this. PG purple 600 px2 py p2 text white rounded. And just have this margin top fix. Oops. That's all right. Let me add it in here. So now it will. Okay, and inline block. So it will be at the end. No. It should be at the end. H3. Oh no, because this is block.
There you go.
Okay, now this will be tricky.
Okay, so let's see.
Both.
All right, what are we getting?
Let me see. So
this is what programming looks like, everyone.
Yeah.
Errors and then figuring it out.
Lots of stuff. Let's reboot.
Okay, so in vote question, what is it saying? That let's just try that.
Vote question something doesn't like. Did you import it? Vote question?
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Vote question.
Let's see again. Yeah, so vote question
is different.
Function. Yeah, this is different.
Vote question is not a function.
Yeah, no, this is fun. I guess because what happens if we don't pass anything here? Yeah, still.
Oh, in your CRUD JS, you need to export. You didn't export
Oh,
vote
yeah.
question. That's what it
True.
is.
Good catch.
Now it should work now. Well, we should get another error. We should get a second. Let's see. Who wants to guess on how many more errors we get before we figure it
Yeah,
out?
exactly. Cannot read includes of undefined.
Okay, so where is that at?
uh, Here probably where the if includes undefined. This is undefined.
Oh, upvotes. Oh, so let's do a console log and see why we're not getting.
Let's do just collection, right? Or no, question. This should return a question. And then let's do const upvotes will be question. This is how it should be. Probably because we did that structuring there, but who knows? I don't want to say it, but TypeScript will help.
Yes, yeah, it definitely
Don't say
definitely
it.
does.
All right.
Yep.
Child ID. Yeah. Sure. Let me do that so we get rid of that error. We had this here. We just put it here, and then
yeah.
good. So vote.
Expected token 1 JSON position 0.
Yeah.
It's something to do with the object issues, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. We got here. Whoa! Look at this.
Yeah, it returns a bunch of stuff right there.
Cursor, readable state buffer. So this is like the
Everything.
question.
Oh, okay. So go scroll down a bit. Let's see. I mean, in the console.
Oh.
Let's look at that return. And there should be, okay, operations, timeout. Nope, keep going. Explain.
The huge object.
Keep going. Keep going.
And
yeah, it goes on forever.
Should it be like this long?
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, go back. Let's go look at the function.
Yeah, do question mark includes. Yeah, but still. So this something here doesn't.
Find underscore ID. bson question. Okay, so let's check to make sure that we're passing a valid question ID. Let's do a console log on the question ID there.
Okay. Console.log. Let's put data and then user ID question ID.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what we're getting there. Just keep working your way up the stack till you figure it out.
Yep. All right, now vote again. Fake user, and then yeah, we get the ID.
Yeah, we're getting a good ID. Okay, so
maybe the JSON object stuff here. Do we need to do this?
Yeah, we do. We do need to, because it's coming in as a string, and we need to turn it into an object
Should
ID.
be find one. Says someone, or find two array.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do a find one, because I forgot about that. Find one will do the two
Thank
array,
you, Eddie.
basically.
You're
Yes,
the
thank
best.
you. Okay, third error.
Update document requires atomic operations.
Since we're messing around with the API routes, maybe just do a quick restart on the server. Let's try it one more time.
Third time's lucky. Or maybe 10th time this time.
Yeah.
All right, vote again. All right.
Oh.
Close. Update document requires atomic operations. Let's just do a quick Google search.
Yeah.
Mongo error. Yeah, let's find the first one. Object.
Yeah, I think I did that in a different project, and
Is
I did a
it
find.
object couple maybe? Or
No, no, that's all correct. I think go back to just find instead of find one, but then do a to array at the end.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then
And
here
then
we'll have an array. Let's also we'll console
yeah.
afterwards. There is an the update where you do the put. Yeah, the put.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the update one method, I believe, not the find. Oh, here maybe?
Oh,
Yeah,
but we're
that.
still not.
Let's remove this and see.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the entire thing that we're trying to test
Uh,
right now. We're
yeah,
doing
but like
an
first
update.
we want to see if we get the
Oh,
upvotes. So
mm-hmm.
we have them there.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right,
Gotcha.
let's see. So, okay. All right, good. So
Mm-hmm.
now if we do console.log questions, the question,
Mm-hmm.
what do we get? All right.
Yeah.
Good. So we get this.
Perfect. Now we're getting it. Yep.
And all right. So if we do upvotes, do we have an array? Should we we should have an array.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Undefined.
Oh,
All right.
ooh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, because questions of 0 now. Question. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
it's find.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's going to return an array, so it needs to be a 0. Yep. You're right.
All right. And now we have an
Nice.
array. Good.
Okay.
So now we should be able to bring this back to life and have it work. Never stop learning. Stop learning. Chat, you need to.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Somebody is right. The set. Yeah. In our update, we do need to do a set. I forgot about that. So where is the update one? So update one, you're filtering by ID. So that's all correct. And then, so right there before upvotes, you'll need to add the set operator. So it's a $ set. Yeah, there you go. And then object, wrap that as an object. Yeah, just put
the entire
upvotes, the entire upvotes and all of, yeah, wrap that whole thing in. There you go.
Chum.
Exactly.
Like this.
Yes.
And the same thing in this.
Yes, exactly.
The $set.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. All right. DB products update 1. ID, set, price. All right, like this. Yeah. Thank you, Mihai. All right, like
I think we also forgot to do our breaks in our switch, but that,
I'm not sure if it matters though.
Yeah.
But let's do break. And then in the put here, break.
Yeah.
Okay. So, vote.
Hey, we got a success. What do we get back?
And as a body, we get this. Yeah, a bunch of stuff, as you said.
Okay, so the result, if you expand result, right there, yeah. And then, so we have modified as 1. So so we know that something was modified. Okay is 1. So you could check on okay, maybe. Do a check on that to see if, the thing is, it's as far as I remember, that there's, the object itself isn't returned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seems like.
But we do get a result okay. So if that is a true value.
Yeah, but also like value. Need to check here because we are. Yeah, let's see if we refresh now. This should have 2 votes. If we vote, and then refresh again, should add 1 vote. No.
Yeah. So what we could do is return okay or not okay. Just basically return true or false. So you have to figure that out right before your res.json.
Yeah, here I can say
Yeah.
Like
You could even just, you could do it in the body. You could do it
I
in
just
the
want to say like
success.
voted to message. Let's just put a message. Added removed vote. And then the other one could say added vote. Like
Mhm.
that. So just we
Yeah.
can
Yeah, I mean, you can add this later, but just do a quick check that it actually is okay, like the result was okay or not. Yeah. But and then back in the CRUD operation, that's where we could update the state with to increment the number or decrement the number
again, where?
in the CRUD utility, CRUD JS. So in here, we could, so you're
Oh,
returning data. So what we could do here
just
is
check if
return, I'm trying to think. So there's a couple of ways we could do it. We could create some state in the index and pass that state updater, the state setter, to this vote questions function, and it will then update the state for you. Or you would return back to the index operation what it did and then update it there. Either way.
yeah. But like also like when we create stuff,
Same thing, you want to update.
yeah, the
Yeah.
state.
So both the vote question and the create question functions both need to return back to some state updater.
Yeah, but check out the unvote
Oh, is it not?
is not
Oh,
working remote, so something is not good here.
well, it said
Maybe
modified 0, so it didn't. Oh, it didn't modify.
so maybe this filter
Okay.
wrong.
Yeah, so that's what I was curious about there. Because it's a BSON object, I think you're going to have to convert those to BSON
But look
object
here, are
IDs.
they are just strings,
They're,
so
they're just strings.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, yeah, they're just
but
strings.
but in the actual set, yeah, you're right.
Upward that is. So it's an
You're
array
right.
of up. Oh wait. It's just upvote. It's
Oh,
just
yes. Well,
user ID. I mean,
yes.
yeah, this is just the user ID we
Upvote. Yeah,
user ID.
but you probably want to. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
change. It's
Yeah,
different. Let's vote user ID.
there you go.
Yeah, because that's it's just
Mhm.
one element in the.
Yes. That might fix it. Just try that.
Okay. So we vote for this, and then we unvote this. So this should be 2, and this should be 1 when we refresh.
Okay. Hey.
Yay!
Nice.
Awesome.
Uh,
And yeah, in order to do that, like live, it's tricky.
yeah,
I
no, I
mean,
think,
in the
like I
state.
said, yeah, start on the index.js, adding some state, and then figuring out where you want to update the state from. You could do it all from inside index, or you can pass that setter to the CRUD function. Either way, somehow get the data back there to do the state update.
Yeah. All right. I think for this stream, we did enough. I
Yeah,
wouldn't want to.
we accomplished a lot.
Yeah, like we did quite a lot. There's still like updating live this, and then maybe having the user authentication part. That's
Yeah.
another tricky
There
part.
is a Next.js, really nice Next.js auth 0 package. That's really easy to use. I'm actually going to have a video coming out on that in the next couple of weeks, but it doesn't help you right now. So,
Yeah. Okay.
but good thing is we have friends that work there.
Exactly. Yeah. So MongoDB is pretty cool. It's just you have to learn all like the functions and all the
Yeah.
things and
Yeah.
how to work with it.
The the best thing is it's JSON objects. Like you're already used to JSON. It's just so easy to deal with.
Yeah. All right. So before we wrap up, let me get that code.
Hey.
So as I promised at the beginning, for those of you who stayed until the end, yeah, just say in the chat that you're here. And let me find that code which you can use. Where is it? All right. Okay.
There's a question here about why using Mongo in Next.js instead of Express. I think it really just depends on your tech stack. There's absolutely no problem using it in Express as well. Next.js has that built-in API. So it's basically has that Express built in. And so that's what makes it so nice, is that you can do all of the front end and the back end all at once in Next.js. But if for some reason, like maybe you're using React or you're using Vue or you're using vanilla JavaScript, then yeah, you would want an Express backend to handle that. So either answers are correct, whatever tech stack you want to go with.
Awesome. Good.
Yeah, so use the link in the description to sign up, and then use that code for the first 100 people. You'll get $100 in credit.
Yeah, let me know if I think you can see the link in the description. Click on it, and then let's see. People asking, where do we use the code? It should have a field or somewhere, right?
Yeah. So when you sign up and you create a dedicated cluster, then it's going to give you a prompt where you can enter the code, and you'll have $100 added to your account on MongoDB.
All right. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you,
Awesome.
MongoDB, again for sponsoring this stream. And yeah, helping. Thank you, Jesse, for joining. I might need to get you in another stream someday to, yeah, see. But it's pretty straightforward on once you know the operations.
Yeah. I mean, and you know how to get a hold of me if you have any questions.
Yeah.
So, but
Exactly.
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out, because it's going to be a fun little project.
Yeah, I hope it will. I'm always kind of scared of working with database and with user authentication and all that, because who knows what I'm going to leak. But yeah.
The good thing is there's so many nice packages out there that basically do it all for you. So it takes the worry out of it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Is it like some kind of package for which does what we did now, what we did today? We just have to pass in like it does the CRUD operations very simply for us. It simplifies it for us.
Well, there's for MongoDB, yeah. I mean, there's different packages. Like there's Mongoose. There is also on Atlas, there is Realm. So Atlas or MongoDB Realm has serverless functions. So you can actually do the entire backend routes, CRUD functionality, all of that through the Atlas dashboard. So like if you go back to Atlas real quick, and then at the top, there's Realm, the top tab. Yeah. So in there, you can create serverless functions, and all of those API routes that we created, you can put them right here in the dashboard, and don't worry about it. So like if you didn't have Next.js, or if you didn't have an Express server, you can do all of that here.
Oh.
And that protects all of your routes, right?
Okay, so I can create the backend here, and I just use Next.js on the front end?
If you wanted to, or just React, or just whatever you want on the front end. Yeah.
Whoa,
like you don't, but it's nice. I like Next.js is nice because you can do it all in one. But if you don't want that option, if you want to just have it all handled here, you could do it all here as well.
Yeah, interesting. What if we would like to have a static site generated from Next.js? We would need to have some kind of a serverless.
Yeah. So you could put your serverless functions here, which are your CRUD operations, all here, and it's all in JavaScript. So you can just copy them over.
So create Realm application, I guess.
Mhm. Yep. So you're going to connect to your cluster, and then you can go through. There's a bunch of guides here. You can just close that. First thing you'll have to do is step 2, get started right there. So it's adding a collection. So you only have a couple collections. So you have to add those into Realm.
So this is the same we had, like the collection, the database, and the.
Yeah. So if you select,
No, we don't have.
your database should have populated.
Yeah.
MongoDB Atlas on the left side where it says MongoDB Atlas, hit the down, or just to the right a bit. And
Where?
the next gutter over where it says collections, right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Hit the little down button. There's nothing there. Is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it should have connected to your cluster. Go back to Atlas at the top. Okay, so cluster 0. That's what it should have connected to, and cluster 0 is.
Can't we connect here? No.
No. So cluster 0, it should have showed up in Realm, and then it should have showed your collections. Oh, applications. Just do create a new app at the top right. We'll start from scratch. Okay, right there. Cluster 0. Yeah, so that's what we want to connect to. Yep. Create.
Let's put here live AMA. AMA. Igor, yeah, thank you for joining and
Yeah,
watching.
thank you everyone.
All right, let's see what's going on here.
So add a collection. Allow access to your cluster data. That's what we want to do. Add a collection. So the green button in the middle, and it should show under database. See, right? Click on collection name. Like that should have populated your database, which is, live AMA. So I'm kind of not sure, because I just did this the other day and that's exactly how it worked.
Like, I guess I can recreate it and all that.
No, it should have showed up. Go to on the left side, authentication. Yeah. Okay, so here you can enable anonymous authentication, email, password, Facebook.
Nice.
So there is some very basic. It's not auth 0, not the same tier as auth 0, but there's very basic authentication built into this. But yeah, back under rules, it should have.
Oh, look, it appeared.
Oh, there we go. Okay, awesome. So now add collection, but it's okay. Awesome. Yeah, and then right there, yep, questions. And then there you go. Maybe it just took it a second.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you can close that. Okay, so now you want to enable read and write. So check those off. And then top right, there's a green save button. There you go. All right, so now this collection, yep, that's fine. So now on the left side under build, there's functions. Just down a bit, functions, there you go. So here's where you can create a new function. So we've connected to that, just name it get all questions or something like that. Yeah, there you go. And then on the top left, function editor, everything else you can just leave default. So where it says settings at the top, to the left of settings is, there you go, function editor. So in here, you've got a little template here you can look at, but this is where you actually write the, what you want to do. So this is where you would write your find function or your update function or whatever it is. You'd write that here.
Okay.
And then return back whatever it is you want to return. So basically the same thing as we did in Next.js under the API route.
Okay. Yeah, in the same code, like, yeah, find one. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's eventually copy that and see. So here, if we do this,
yeah. So if you go to so like if you uncomment or just copy some of that stuff that's on the right side in the Yeah, the like the var collection, or you can just copy it out of there. Var collection equals context dot services dot get.
Let me zoom in.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
Okay. So like this.
Mhm.
We don't
So like
need
the first
this.
couple of lines we don't need.
This is just text.
The second line, you can delete the second line.
This
No,
one?
on line,
No.
no,
This.
line 2. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Collection. Yeah, so that's going to be get MongoDB Atlas. That's all correct. DB name, change that to your DB name. And then
Okay.
collection is questions. There you go. And then find one. What is it we want to find? So
all. We want all. So
yeah,
find.
so just
find.
So just find, and then an empty object. And then it's going to return the doc, and you could do something with it. Or a result is going to equal context.functions.execute. And that function name. So this is there's basically 3 examples that were in here. The first example, we deleted it. The second example is finding. And this third example is executing another function and passing arguments to it.
Okay. So we don't need that.
Yeah.
And we need like here.
Yeah. So that you could do like a to array and then do that in the return statement.
We need to store this then. Question,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I think you can actually just remove the dot then, because we're not going to do anything after find.
And just to array.
And then just return that and just remove the args and return questions.
Does it know about destructuring and all that?
Yeah, that should if you click run, let's see what happens.
Yeah,
at the bottom. All right, there we go.
Whoa.
So that's what it returns.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, all right, so we have it. And how do we?
So how do you access it? Yeah, that's a good question. So on the left side under build, there's SDKs all the way on the left.
Do I need to save this or something?
Yeah, you can hit at the top right, save draft. So when you hit save draft, it saves it, but it doesn't publish it.
Okay.
Right. So at the very top in the blue border, it says review draft and deploy.
Oh, okay.
That actually publishes it. Yeah.
All right. And
so under SDK, yeah. So there's a web SDK and a Node.js SDK. So you'll want the web.
Oh, SDK. Yeah, because it's front.
And so basically, it's just an npmi realm-web. So you install that SDK, and then so this is different. So what we were using before was the MongoDB package, npm package, right? And so we were doing all of this stuff manually, basically, right? So this is going to replace that and use the Realm Web SDK instead. And so that would basically we'd have to kind of redo everything that we just did because we're using a different package. But it's just another way of doing it. Right? We could do it the first way that we did it, or we could use this package and manage all of our functions here in the dashboard.
Yeah, you said that they handle like all the security stuff, routes, maybe routing.
Yeah.
All right, and then when I want to, I need to log in, and then I just use app.db. How do I use the functions I created?
So then if you go to once you've got that SDK or that package installed on your client side, then you'll app.credentials. So you have to log in, and just for testing purposes, you can go up to authentication on the left side and allow down a bit right there. You can allow anonymous authentication for testing. So at the top there. And so there you go. And then, so when you log in, it's not going to require a username or a password or anything like that, but you are going to get a user object ID. So a way to track the user without any logins, but that's just going to be a session kind of thing. Like if they refresh, it might change. So, but it's good for testing.
Okay.
Once you've got the person logged in and accessing Realm, then you can call your functions. And so that would be, let's see, where is it?
So I still need to review and deploy this. Oh,
Yep.
whoa.
Yeah, this is what it's going to do, and you don't really need to read any of it. Just
Yeah, okay. So
just
that's
deploy it.
deploy.
Yeah. Um, so if you copy that right there, that code, and I don't know if it's probably not going to interfere. I don't know if it's going to interfere with what we have already or not, but we could give it a shot.
Yeah, let's just test it like in the browser. Oh, we need to pass an ID probably. But you said we
Yeah.
don't. Just let's see we get all the data back.
Well, the app ID, we do have that. So I'll show you how, like, so where it says live AMA at the top left, there's a little copy button to the right of it.
Yeah.
That is, you just copied your actual ID. So
Okay.
it's asking for the Realm app ID, which is that.
All right.
So it knows which app to
But
connect
this
to.
has to. So all of these has to create some kind of a API for us, right? And we
Yeah,
can.
mhm. Yeah, that's what it's doing. So running this code here is authenticating the user first off. Once the user is authenticated, then we can actually access the functions that we created, and we can call those
Oh.
functions using the Realm. So it's going to be app dot. I think it's use function or app dot functions, and then you pass in the function name.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look that up because I haven't
Yeah.
actually used it myself yet.
Yeah, I think we're going to down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So, I
rather
mean, as
purposely.
with anything in web dev, there's a million ways to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is just another way.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to manage your own backend, your own server, stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not using Next.js, this is a great way to go about creating a backend for free, basically. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. Uh, all right. Thank you
hopefully,
everyone
we didn't
again.
confuse everyone.
Yeah, we probably did a bit.
Yeah.
We went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, we
But
did.
so again, the first 100 people to use the code FloatingPop100 with a link below will get a $100 credit in Atlas. Someone asked, where can I see the money?
Mhm.
In
Yeah, in your
Mongo.
account. So after you've signed up and you have to create your dedicated cluster,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can apply the coupon code, and it will show up in your MongoDB Atlas account.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I think that's it for this stream. I'm going to continue tomorrow to work on the project. So tomorrow morning, as usual, 10 a.m. Romania time, I'll be live to continue to build the project. Thank you, Jesse, for joining.
Awesome.
Thank you, Mongo, again for sponsoring this stream and for giving us free credits. That's awesome. And yeah, I hope to have you again in the stream and maybe continue, like, learn something else, because I'm going to bring this now to hopefully build the project out and have everything I need. Although, yeah, I'm still scared with all the auth stuff and who knows what I'll mess up. But
It's not that scary.
yeah,
You'll do fine.
it
You'll do
shouldn't
fine.
be.
This is a nice little project. It's perfect for learning auth and getting all of that going.
Yeah.
You'll get it for sure. Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I've had fun. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you everyone again for joining. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned something new. And yeah, if you like this stream, give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I'll see you tomorrow and next week when I'm going live every day. Take care. Bye.
So yeah.